Art of Knowledge, the fourth of 7 lessons. In storyboard form, the characters. In pursuing and or studying spiritual forces, one must foremostly learn or get to know the world within before one can know the worlds without, or aside from self and same. So where to begin? Well, you're a physical being, right? Manifest in the flesh, no less, as the dust from whence we all come and go, carbon-based organisms, each with an infinite mind, which is of and ever shall be delicately interconnected with the mind of creation itself, of course. And when a soul chooses or decides to take flight into the physical body, mind thus finds expression in the material realm. Hence, the study of self being of utmost importance to consider for having come in the first and last place. If one would be considered a friend or neighborly, plain old schmo, or a more than worthy person worth knowing. And that means looking deep within to hear, see, and feel just how well one is walking and or talking with or engaging creation in a way which also serves others, whom are but ourselves, made in own image, yet differently nevertheless. Ironically, every person, place, and thing, a part, parcel, and portion of being one with everything. Creative forces are constantly seeking activity via the mind, whether that be through a lowly virus, bacteria, or organism expressing itself, to any and all sentient beings or higher entities, including AI searching for meaning and purpose, or in a soul working its way back to an origin or the source. Defined as the very element which gives an individual an awareness of their world and experience. Mind is humanity's rational faculty, which may be divided into 3 convenient parts, or a trifecta for simplicity's sake, as one's consciousness, subconscious, and the superconscious. Yet be wary of discriminating or discerning the difference between the subconscious and unconscious. Mind you, for the latter is but a deeper, albeit altogether hidden realm, or more at the natural byproduct produced of one's own conscious thinking process, through which one's subconscious functions in the physical body to act upon, affect, and thereby help facilitate the conscious mind most constructively. Again, for growth and development's sake, of course, and your own good. Pure and simple, right? It is. One thus becomes consciously aware that their physical body is a living temple and a vessel of creation, aided and abetted by the mind of the universal soul, while also able to choose for selves any activity that either separates or celebrates, or conflicts with or supports that which has been and or is created, thanks to and or due to free will, active within every, that is, every aspect of creation's mind, bringing abilities of deductive and inductive reasoning via one's own personally conscious mind, as well as the ability to transcend and become enlightened, even as one knows and is known through none other than the subconscious mind. As for the nature of one's spiritual self, and simultaneously set the story straight, it's been told that whomsoever seeks a and or the source or creator must foremostly know they themselves are co-creators of source too, having been taught or seen for self that creation is within one's own and hence everyone's very being. And it's that creative spark or individual soul force which is enabled and enables one to view and identify foes as oneself, to mean well unto others despite persecution, and to solemnly address or express thankfulness towards the disrespectful, despiteful, and yea, even despicable characters. Nevertheless, for taking on that and those roles and presenting those given lessons to the rest of us. When and where it's best to leave well enough alone, if not better for being known. For without creativity, one can do nothing. But with it, one can create absolutely anything. Our souls are creations of creation, ever desiring to create. And though one may grope blindly at times or occasionally stumble and often fall, as we all surely have done and do, yet it is only in this way, via hardship, pain, and long suffering, persistently persevering, that one truly develops and grows most in understanding and in expression of one's individual purpose in this collective experience we call life, allowing creation to be channeled by and or through each of us in our own personal ways and means for the greater good. Question is, does one take others' things personally? Is one afraid to open up or even consider thinking differently? Is letting go and or being happy difficult? Does doubt beset self? Well, if one's foremost answer is not immediately, of course not. That's as easily done away with as said. So to optimistically speak, of course. Otherwise, you sorely need an attitude adjustment in the most positive sense of the word. For tests, trials, tribulations, and worldly woes plague everyone. It's just the nature of living. In fact, one already begins dying at the moment of birth. That's why life is constantly struggling to stay alive. But it's most certainly not fragile nor rare, but rather it's tenaciously everywhere. One may wonder, in analyzing self, whether or not one is living correctly or righteously. And if one really knows something or simply believes so, remember, there's a big difference. For that will tell you whether or not it's worthy knowledge to pass on to others. Otherwise, one is just fooling themselves and others. Therefore, just as answers always lurk in a problem, one's reaction, written, said, or done, should always be constructive, i.e., be creative if one would know. And as one experiences and or engages creation, the better at and more at one becomes as a beacon, light, and or guide unto others' characters, increased education and enlightenment, or growth and development of same. Get it?